Hey, and welcome back to another episode of Walker Acres. I'm Jackie, the Gen X portion of the duo that makes up Walker Acres. My mother is Linda, and she's in the house. So I am coming to you today to talk about our shipping container. How many of you have ever bought a shipping container? I see it's really popular these days. People are making homes from shipping containers and using them for a variety of things. What I'm going to talk about is why we bought a shipping container, what we are currently doing with it, and what we plan to do with it in the future. Now, let me give you a little bit of background. And first of all, let me just say, you know that I'm at an RV resort, right? It's a Saturday afternoon and it's a little bit of busy around here. So you'll hear cars coming back and forth. There's a truck that's with our new neighbor right here idling. So I don't know if you hear that or not. But so if you hear honking, motorcycles passing by or what have you, just know that it's a lot of movement going on this Saturday afternoon. And it's 93 degrees out here, so I'm sweating a little bit. So let me hurry up and get through this so I don't melt. All right. So what are the reasons that we purchased the shipping container? As we mentioned before, my mom and I both sold our homes. My mom had, I think, a 1,300 square foot home. I had a 2,500 square foot home. I lived in my home for 20 years, so I have a lot of things. All right. As a part of the whole plan for us selling our homes, getting an RV, and preparing to move to our property, we needed to box up our homes and put it in storage because there was no way we were fitting two houses into a trailer. So what we decided was the most economical thing for us to do was to purchase or rent storage boxes. And you've heard of storage boxes like Pods, Capsule, Mule. There are a lot of different companies out there now that have the storage containers. You get them delivered to your home and you fill your stuff up in it, and then they take it away and store it for you. And you pay a monthly fee. Well, we both decided we were going to do that because traditional storage was not the way that we wanted to go, because who was going to unpack all that stuff at the storage room and then pack it back all into a U-Haul or whatever and then ship it, drive it to the location. We just figured it'd be best for us to actually have the storage boxes delivered to our home, pack them up, have the people come pick them up, keep them in storage for us, and then deliver them to our new place. So that's what we decided to do. And we knew that from the time we closed in February, it was going to be about an 8 or 9 month process for our build. So because of that, we just did the calculations on paying storage for 4 of those cubes, those storage cubes. And after I calculated that, I was like, you know what? Let me look into getting a shipping container, because we can get a shipping container delivered to our land and then move our merchandise from the storage containers into the shipping container, and we will own the shipping container and not have to pay any monthly fees. So I looked into that, found a company, and purchased a shipping container. Now, this was going to save us money in the long run. It was going to give us access to our merchandise, and then it would also give us something that we could use later, repurpose the shipping container for an office, for our garden tools, for a workout place, or what have you. Do a little renovation on it, slap an AC in it, cut a door and windows in there, and hey, we've converted it to a living space that we can use for whatever we desire. So that was the rationale behind the shipping container. So after we made that decision that we were going to get a shipping container, we had to determine what was the size, because the shipping containers come in 20 feet, 40 feet, standard, and high cube. So to suit our needs, we had determined that we were going to go with a 40-foot long shipping container that was a high cube shipping container, which gave us an additional 1.5 feet, I believe is the difference. The regular one is like 8 feet tall, and then the high cube one is 9 feet and 6 inches. I believe those are the dimensions. So we decided to go with that because we had 4 storage boxes, and we knew that we can put at least 2 storage boxes in the shipping container, and we're really hoping that we could squeeze like 3 of them in there, and then maybe just have 1 of them that we would be paying a monthly fee for. So that's what we decided to go with. So in this video, you're gonna see us shopping for our shipping container, and also the transition of our merchandise from the storage boxes to the shipping container. Headed to go pick up a container, or buy a container. Look at containers and buy a container. For our acres, Walker Acres. Yes, we're truly doing country living.
I'm sure it's got to be called something else besides country living. Homesteading or something.
Whatever you want to call it. Homesteading, country living, rural, off-grid. We're truly buying land and living on it. Now let me tell you, I have driven past this place that has the shipping containers for 20 years, and I never knew that they sold to the public. I was really excited when I did research this and found out that the place was right around the corner from where I once had my home. I'm ready to purchase a container, well, a container, 1 container, 40-foot high cap. Look at that.
Holes, but then we have like mechanics in the back that go double check behind our
Okay.
work. Yeah.
Awesome. Well, this is definitely an experience.
Yeah. And what was it? The windy was it last week? When it was
All the high wind?
yes.
Oh, yeah.
They knocked 2 of these over.
Are you serious?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
At the 4 high.
Uh-huh.
And yeah, it was bad.
Oh, wow. All right. Now, we don't know what we're really looking at, but I just want to... But it looks good.
So really, when we inspected what we look for, obviously the holes and stuff, and then the floors.
Right.
Some of the floors like is delaminated, where it's not this but under what this is. So to make it more soft.
Oh, yeah.
And sometimes the floor be wavy like this. And the new floor put in. Set in good. And then we look for roof patches.
Right. Okay.
This has 1 roof patch. They welded it, so it's not gonna leak or anything.
Okay. Interesting. And did y'all do this coating on the inside?
No, I think that's how it came in. Some of it, they just, I don't know, they just be painted.
Oh, okay.
What they use it for or anything.
Right. Okay, cool.
And then most of them are going to be wood floor, but it's going to be a select few that have this right here, and this is basically made.
Oh, from the same metal.
And the rest of it is wood.
Okay. So it's critter proof, right?
For sure.
We got some land that we're gonna put this on and have some.
Is it concrete or?
No, it's grass.
It's grass.
Just raw land.
Uh-huh.
So we made our selection on the shipping container, went with the green one, and we had it delivered. And unfortunately, we weren't there when the guy actually delivered because he came early. But anywho, we decided to try to figure out how to open and close this door. It was a little bit of a challenge at first, but I mastered it and now can confidently open and close the doors. Now, as I told you before, we had some capsules, and these are our capsules. They were delivered so that we can start that process. We had them delivered just like, the next week. The container was delivered on a Friday, I believe, and we had the capsules delivered the next week. And these are the moving guys coming to unload 2 of our capsules and load them into the container.
Does it really feel light when y'all are carrying it like that?
Yeah. We move like 1,000 pounds safe with these. Well, I do.
I saw it on somebody's YouTube. They were getting a refrigerator delivered, and I was like, "What?"
Use the fridges, no problem.
Slipping. See?
Here, this one don't.
Mine is. You ready? Yeah. Go.
That's okay. Really? He said his is slipping.
I never seen anything like that.
I hadn't either. That is, the guys that packed it didn't even have this.
I promise you, y'all pick the one you need.
That's pretty cool.
Now, our movers were some nice guys, but they didn't do the best job of packing the shipping container, so I had to get in there and rearrange some stuff and make more room.
There we go. Pick up one of those capsules. Son and his wife out there plotting out their area. It's a busy day today. Oh, they both here. Capsules to leave us today.
Now, we didn't waste any time getting Capsule to come and pick up 2 of the containers that had been unloaded. So here the guys are picking up the containers, and we had been really busy. I'm telling you, we bought a shipping container, we had it delivered, we had the moving guys to move things out of the capsule, we had the capsule guys come pick up 2 containers, and right there, as you can see, my shed is there. I had my shed delivered as well on this very same day, but it did present a problem to the guy who was trying to get that capsule that was on the other side there next to the fence. So he had to wiggle around and maneuver his way to get it out. And while the other guy here loaded up the other capsule. Now, as you can see here, it's a pretty cool way that they actually move these things around. It's really similar to how they move the sheds around as well. I mean, they add those wheels to the back of the capsule, and then they put I forget what the device is called, but they put it on the front of the capsule, and then they just use a remote control to drive it onto the truck, which is really neat. So you're gonna get to see that unfold here. And again, the other guy on the other side is trying to figure out a way to get that capsule between the shipping container and that one capsule. Now, honestly, had we really planned this out properly, we would have had the 2 capsules that needed to be moved next to each other. We wouldn't have had it blocked in. And the reason why all the capsules aren't being taken, number one, is because they're still merchandise and things in the 2 capsules. And number 2, we still had, like, all these capsules weren't on the same payment date, so we still had 2. I still had, my mom only had 1 capsule, I had 3 capsules. I still had a month left on the other 2 capsules before they were to be moved. So it's pretty cool how they load the capsule onto the back of their truck. The capsule is always level. It never tilts. And they have a leveling device on the machine where it never tilts, because, you know, people have valuable merchandise inside of their storage units, and so they want to make sure that there's less of a chance for things to shift and get broken. Back to my mom's capsule. They're probably gonna have to move this one out of the way. Got maneuvers and stuff on the way. Cleared it. Yeah. Cleared it, yes. Yay, we successfully got all of the second capsule loaded onto the truck, and you'll be able to see here how it actually levels as it's going up that ramp. The guy walking across here, he had just been doing this for about 6 months, and Cody there doing the second capsule was a pro, because he's been doing this about 6 years. The company is very friendly. It's local to us, and we got to know the staff pretty well during the process. Well, I hope that was a pretty informative video to watch as you saw me and my mom shop for a shipping container, transition from storage units to the shipping container. So what I want to do, because I know I didn't detail a lot of things in the video itself, but what I wanted to do is just go through the steps. So if you happen to be in the market for a shipping container, whether it's going to be to store your household items or to even just build a house or a shed or whatever you're going to do with your shipping container, I have a few steps that I'd like to share with you to help you navigate through that process. Now, this may not be the be-all, end-all of all the steps that need to happen, but these are the steps that I took. I did begin my search for a shipping container online, and I was actually about to buy one online. I watched YouTube videos about buying shipping containers just to familiarize myself with the whole process and what to look out for and what to be mindful of. And so several videos and things that I read said to look for shipping containers in your area, that most shipping containers can be found locally. And I was like, okay, well, let me think about that. You know, where would I find shipping containers in the Dallas area? And so I thought about it. I had driven past this shipping container yard for over 20 years. Definitely the 20 years that I lived on that side of town. In my home, there was a shipping container company that was just right down the highway. And I never thought about it as being a place where I can actually go and make a purchase for shipping containers. I always thought that was, people there doing business, whatever people do with shipping containers. And so I never knew that I could actually buy locally. So when I did search Dallas, Texas, shipping containers, a company came up. And lo and behold, it was the company that I had passed by for decades. And so I was like really excited. So I gave them a call. They're really based out of the Houston area, but they have a division here in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. So I called them up and I talked to the salesperson, told him what I was looking for. He sent me an invoice. I went to the location. They said, just go to the location, pick out your shipping container. So you definitely want to make sure that you actually visit the location and look at your shipping container. Put eyes on your shipping container because you want to look for like rust, holes, bad floor, that the doors are level and that you can open and close them. You do need to test both of those doors. There's all of that kind of stuff. So as you saw when we went to look at the shipping container, the one that you saw me looking into was nice. It was only had one patch that had been welded. They do like the young man said, they have a maintenance guy who actually, when they receive their containers, they do whatever repairs that need to be done to them before they resell them. Definitely look for those things. And like I told him, I wanted it to be critter proof, so I didn't need no holes, no little wedges, nothing. I needed my doors to close good. I didn't need to have any kind of entry point for any type of critters. And so definitely visit and look at your shipping container. And I do suggest that when you do find the shipping container that you want, you take a picture, because every shipping container has an identification number and all the information. You take a picture of your shipping container, you take a picture of those numbers to make sure that they are delivering the correct shipping container to you. All right. And then once you make your selection on your shipping container, at our place, we could either pay there with a check or a cashier's check or cash. They didn't process any debits or credit cards or anything like that. So we could pay there. And since I didn't have a check with me, he allowed me to pay the driver once he made the delivery. So check with your local company to determine how you would pay for the shipping container. And also, even before you get to the point of paying or even visiting the shipping yard, do some price comparison. Look up shipping containers. I had looked up shipping containers. Like I said, I had found a couple online, and I was at the point, after researching that company and recognizing that it was a legit company, it was out of Houston, I was about to make a purchase, and I just said, no, let me see what I can find locally, because I was actually ready to drive to Houston to purchase it. What our company did was they told me that the driver who was going to be delivering the shipping container would reach out to me and set a date. I did give them a date that I would like to have the shipping container delivered, and he said the driver would reach out to me and confirm that date and time. And so I did receive a call from our driver and set up the date and time, and then we were set to receive our shipping container. And it was a pretty quick process. It was in the same week that we bought the shipping container that it was delivered. Determine I didn't say this, which way you want to load the shipping container. That's very key. That's very key because when the driver drops off your shipping container, you have to know which way you want the door to be, so that you can have access to the inside of the shipping container. Okay, so for instance, my shipping container, we had the doors facing the driver, not facing the end of the trailer, that it was carrying the shipping container, we had the doors facing the driver, because when he dropped it off, that door faced our house. Had they loaded it with the doors facing the back of the trailer, then our doors would be facing our neighbor's property on the right behind us, and that wouldn't have been good, because we would have to walk all the way down to the shipping container, go through that door, open stuff up, and all that kind of stuff. No, we needed the door to face the house, because when we started moving things from the shipping container, we just need to pick it up from the shipping container and take it over to our house. So you have to know, when the driver drops off your shipping container, which way do you want your door to face? So keep that in mind. And I know it may sound, a little bit confusing at first, but when you think about it, when you go through that process of when he drops it off, because they just, they drive up. This is the driver, and this is the shipping container back here. They drive up, and they lift up that bed on the back of their trailer, and that shipping container goes off the bed. And where it lands is where it stays. They don't move it around for you or anything. So you have to be for certain where you want it dropped off and which way you want your doors to face when they drop it off. Now, when I asked my salesperson what I needed to do to prepare to receive the shipping container, he did tell me to purchase some 16 by 8 by 4 concrete blocks that are used for mobile homes. He specifically said, do not purchase cinder blocks with the holes in them. Purchase the solid concrete block, because the ones with the holes in them can break. And you're talking about something that weighs, the 40-foot high cube shipping container weighs at least 8,000 pounds. So when they drop that shipping container onto those blocks, you don't want the block to break. So you want to make sure you get those pads, and you have one for each corner of the shipping container, and then I bought one for each side in the middle. So I had 6 blocks for the shipping container to land on. And you also want to make sure that wherever they are delivering, the shipping container is dry and it's free of any other things around it. Like, we have all these mesquite trees on our land, right? So where I wanted the shipping container delivered to had a mesquite tree that was close to it. And so the driver had to actually put the container a little bit further away from the point that I wanted it to be, because when he drives off, he needs to be able to drive straight and pull off as he's dropping the shipping container on the spot. So make sure that your area that you want to deliver it to is clear and also dry, because these things, like I said, are heavy and they can get stuck. I watched a video where a man was having a shipping container delivered to his site, and the ground was, just raw land, and it had rained, and it was a little bit later in the day as well. So when the shipping container was being delivered, it got stuck in the mud. So, and our driver had told us that he had a situation where he had went to deliver a shipping container to a lady, and he got stuck as well, and she had to pay $500 for that shipping container, or for him to be pulled out, because they had to send another driver to pull him out, and that was going to be additional $500 on her trip. So that's another thing to be mindful of, is your environment for delivery. Now, you may hear a little running around in our trailer because my grandchildren just came over. As you saw, the little one, her sisters are already on the inside, and they're running around and having a good time with their gram, which is my mom. All right, so another thing, buy yourself some locks. Each door of the shipping container has 2 locks, or 2 areas to put a lock. So we ended up purchasing 4 locks, because look, we didn't live, and we still don't live at the property right now. So we wanted to make sure everything was going to be secure, and that if anyone tried to get into our shipping container, they were going to have to cut 4 locks to get in there. Those are the different steps for buying and receiving your shipping container. Well, I think that's about it with the shipping container. Hope this has been valuable information for you. If you're thinking about getting a shipping container, I hope that those tips and information that I shared will help you in making your decisions or how to go about the process. And not only did we talk about the shipping container, but you can consider you don't have to do the traditional way of moving. With those storage boxes that they have now, you're able to move with more ease. And I really liked having the storage box because I could pack it the way that I wanted to in my own time. All right, so I've summarized the whole process of getting a shipping container, moving from storage boxes to a shipping container, and all those different things. I hope that has helped you out and been entertaining to you as well. I do want to thank you for being here with Walker Acres, and if you haven't subscribed, go ahead and do that so that you can receive all of the notifications of when a new video uploads. And also, if you have stayed this long, put a little truck below in the comments, because it'll let me know that, hey, this was valuable to you and you found it informative and entertaining. But do leave me a comment where you chiming in from. And also like the video and share it with at least one person. You have one person you can share this video with, especially somebody who's moving or thinking about buying a shipping container, or even is interested in those storage cubes. Share it with somebody that you know. All right, I do thank you for being here once again. Have a wonderfully blessed day.